Hollywood workouts have been very, very interesting over the past couple of years. It's one of those things that really grinds your gears if you're a personal trainer or a fitness professional. I own a gym. I've been in the fitness industry for almost a decade. I'm gonna give my honest review of Jake Gyllenhaal's workout routine to get him prepared for one of his most recent movies, Roadhouse. He had a pretty insane physique in that movie, so I'm interested to see if the workout they show us is actually a workout that would lead to results like that. I'll also be very honest if I think he used anything else to get in that shape. So we're gonna watch it together. Let's get into it.
What we're doing is real.
Yeah, look at your stomach.
Never been done before. It's real. Don't mess around.
So his physique is pretty insane, especially for Hollywood. I feel like he's someone that really commits to his roles and genuinely gets in shape. You've got a spectrum of actors, right? The ones that just get kind of lean for roles, people like Robert Pattinson, I don't know. The guy that played Batman recently just sort of didn't really train, lost a little bit of weight and became like semi in shape. On the other end of the spectrum, you've got people like The Rock who take steroids for their entire career and are just enormous. Then in the middle, you have people like this who have a physique that is technically attainable naturally. I don't think he would have used any performance enhancing drugs to achieve this physique, but it would require a lot of dedication and persistence, laser focused on the diet, laser focused on the workout routines. The benefit these people have is they have full-time nutritionists and full-time personal trainers, so people literally following them around, bringing their meals throughout shooting, throughout the preparation for shooting. But yeah, still a very impressive physique to develop.
Got a tip for you. Don't let no one get this close.
On a side note, if you've seen this movie, Conor McGregor in this movie is hilarious. I'm gonna start a petition to put as many fighters in fighting movies as possible. He can't really act, but it's gold to watch.
Generally, we spend a few minutes each session moving, trying to get the core body to mature up before moving into some sort of mobility, which...
Okay, so mobility is good, I agree. A lot of people should incorporate more mobility into their routines. Things like stretching before a workout. I always warm up my shoulders to prevent any injuries. I'm not sure about the merit of balancing on these sticks. That's not something I've seen before. Seems like a bit of a gimmick. But I'm sure it's good for strengthening the core, loosening yourself up. Like I said, he's training to be a fighter in this movie, and I'm not a fighter, right? I just train to be I guess you could say bodybuilder. I train to look pretty, rather than to actually have functional strength, because he has a lot of fight scenes in this movie, right? So he's got to be strong in unusual positions. So potentially this is some fight-specific warm-up that I'm not aware of. We'll keep watching.
Mostly by performance centers to help train athletes in every plane of motion and also to help increase power production.
Proteus machine. That's not a machine my gym could ever, that's not a machine my gym could ever fathom of affording. I've not even seen one before in real life. Very, very cool that they use things like this to replicate how boxers actually train, because I've heard boxers actually do use this. It creates resistance in any plane. One of the difficulties with doing something like bodybuilding training and then trying to adapt it to something like boxing is a lot of boxing strength is technique specific. That's why you get bodybuilders like Bradley Martin who think he's gonna be able to beat people up because he's strong. Being strong in the gym does not make you a good fighter. I'm sorry, it doesn't. Like, it makes you better than someone who's never trained, sure. But just because you're strong doesn't mean you're gonna beat someone who has technique. When you use a machine like this, it combines both. So you can sort of do strength training and power training, combining it with technique. Very cool machine. And adding the ability to train in any direction is huge too, because a thing with fighting, right, and it's different than the gym is very controlled movements. Obviously it depends how you train, but typically how I train, it's in one fixed plane of motion. You take a bench press, for example, you train it, there's a little arc, that's probably a bad example, but you train in one plane of motion and you can't quickly change to something else. That requires dumbbells or a different machine, whereas this, you can train in all different motions and keep that consistent tension, which is quite cool.
Isometrics are a staple here at Rise Movement. We use them all the time to help.
Yeah, see, isometric holds can be useful. I don't use them too much in terms of muscle development, but again, for things like functional training, they're gonna help a lot.
The sets that we do are time sets. We try to keep his work capacity up, keep him moving, keep him sweating, keep burning fat.
What I'm not seeing much of so far is actual hypertrophy training. He's got a suspicious amount of muscle if this is how he trains. If they're not gonna include any kind of hypertrophy training, muscle building training, where he's lifting heavy weight in like an 8 to 12 rep range, I'd be very surprised if he could develop a physique like this, because he's got a physique better than a lot of people I know that train consistently hypertrophy wise. He's got like a top level natural physique. I say natural because if he doesn't do hypertrophy training and he looks like this, that's a little unusual.
We always keep the heavy primitive work one way, shape, or form, whether it's squats or deadlifts, and the variations thereof. We want to keep the muscle coordination at a high.
Hey, it's like he's literally listened to what I was about to say. He's just addressed my concern. So he does do heavy heavy compound lifts.
Grip work is essential as it seems to be one of the limiting factors in the gym.
I'm not sure training forearms specifically is that necessary, especially for the overall look. But again, maybe fighters train forearms, but I don't know the benefit of beefing up your forearms in terms of creating a Hollywood physique quickly, right?
And movement's more imperative to sport.
Lunges build leg strength. The funny thing about men's health videos is they give you the most basic, nothing tips. Lunges build leg strength. You can see the kind of person this video is targeted towards, right?
It's important to keep the stimuli broad with variations of reps, sets.
One thing I noticed about these Hollywood workouts is I think they lean heavily into gimmicky exercises. I've not seen a single normal, straightforward exercise here. And the thing with normal, straightforward exercises, by that I mean the basic compound movements, your bench press, your deadlift, your squats, things like dumbbell press, dumbbell rows, the things that would actually have built his physique are not being included in this video. Instead, they're leaning for things like floor presses with a hex bar, which is something most people are never gonna do. There are far superior exercises than this. I don't know why they include stuff like this. And like bag jumps. In terms of return on investment, doing like a set of 20 bag jumps is gonna do fuck all for your physique. It's basically cardio. Yes, it's gonna keep your core tight and put a little bit of blood in your legs, but the guy's got a lot of muscle and he's not built that doing bag jumps.
Cross-lateral loading is very important to all sports, especially to MMA fight training.
So I guess what they did, like I say, they've used a lot of very gimmicky exercises that I don't think anyone ever really does, including him. But I respect the fact that they've gone for quite MMA-focused training, and that I'll take ownership. I don't know that much about fight training. I saw this pop up and I thought it'd be more of a hypertrophy training workout, which I know a lot more about. So maybe someone's watching this and be like, yeah, we do all those things. But for me personally, to develop a physique like his, you're gonna be a lot more time efficient and you're gonna get there a lot quicker if you just do hypertrophy training. Literally, just train to build muscle and keep your body fat relatively low and you'll look like him, maybe better, quite quickly. Whereas doing workouts like this, you need an extremely low amount of calories. You need to do very high amounts of cardio. You need to push yourself pretty damn hard. That's why they say in this video, and testament to them, that this is unsustainable. For most people, to do this kind of training and look like this is very unsustainable. It's like MMA fight camp level training. So I respect them for putting him through it. But as a lay person, as just a regular non-Hollywood person without a personal trainer, without a regimented program, without nutrition being provided at every possible opportunity, to look like Jake Gyllenhaal doing this is not the best plan. It's gonna be very hard. They did him so dirty with that slow-mo. I kind of love it though. Respect to men's health.
This is Jake and I right before the UFC weigh-in in Las Vegas. Taking a little bit of sugar, get a lot of reps in, push-ups, sit-ups, and voila. The muscles swell up and look full.
Hey, a little bit of pre-contest prep insight for us there. That is true. Before contests, when people are competing, they'll ingest some fast digesting carbohydrates, pump themselves up in the back room, keep water low. They walk out looking full and big. That's what they do on bodybuilding stages, so they know their shit.
Had what it was going to take to make this plan work. The amount of dedication, discipline, consistency, and hard work.
They've got some old footage of Jake Gyllenhaal here, which I think sort of reveals how he's able to have a physique like this. 2005 in a movie called Jarhead, a movie I've not seen. How old is Jake Gyllenhaal? Damn. Anyway, 2005. You can see he's in pretty good shape there. That was 20 years ago. He's in pretty damn good shape there. You can see he's got some nice rounding to his shoulder, nice separation in his bicep. So clearly, he's got a very good foundation of muscle. That's why when he does this cardio-intensive, core strength, explosive-based functional training, he's able to reveal a very muscular physique. If a lot of people start out with this training, they won't look like that. They'll end up with like a wiry, stringy strength kind of look. Like a lot of MMA fighters. They look lean, they look muscular, but they're very, very small and wiry. That's good insight to have. He has a nice foundation of muscle. So when you strip that back, you're still gonna look big in combination with the wiry strength. Okay, and that concludes the Jake Gyllenhaal workout to get his ridiculous Roadhouse body. All in all, I'm of split opinion about this. Number one, I respect the fact that they went genuine, or what I believe is genuine fight training. They went the fight training avenue to make him more like an actual fighter for a fight movie, as opposed to going the muscle building, bodybuilding route and making him look the part without actually making him a fighter. I suppose that makes the most sense. He has a lot of fight scenes. And as far as I know, they didn't use a stunt double. That being said though, I think it is slightly misleading to see a physique like his sort of at the upper echelon of what's achievable naturally, and then showing that as his training routine to get in shape. That training routine will not get the majority of you in shape like that. As we saw, he's had a lot of foundation of muscle. He's been in shape since like 2005. So he's clearly been like working out regularly for over 20 years. That's why when you do that MMA fight style training, for him it's just burning the fat off and tightening his muscles. It's not gonna build the muscles that you want. They also went a little too niche with the exercises. I think they do that in videos like that to make it all seem like more of a spectacle, so people don't start questioning how he's able to get in shape so quickly, how he's able to look so lean with doing such weird exercises. All in all though, I'm very impressed with the trainer. The trainer clearly knows his shit. He knew how to prep him for the weigh-in. He has very MMA fight specific techniques. I give this Hollywood trainer video a 7 out of 10. Not quite my style of training, slightly misleading in terms of the results you would get doing that training, but I think it makes sense for the movie. If you want more breakdowns of celebrity trainings like this, I actually really enjoy doing them. It's very interesting to me as someone that's trained a specific way for so long to see how, especially celebrity trainers, because they get paid big dollars to train people like that, and clearly it works. Like he's in really good shape. So if you want more content like that, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.